Matt,
Yes.
welcome back to the United States of America.
It's a great place.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have a good trip?
We did. Had a good time.
Awesome, awesome.
Went to see the cool new things that I've never seen before in Ireland.
Ireland.
And Riley didn't go. That's why
But
she's a little separation anxiety still.
yeah, she missed you. Riley missed Daddy. Riley missed Daddy, didn't he? Or she? Sorry. Sorry, I offended her.
Hey, get down. We're trying to work here. All right.
All right. So while you were gone, we had a podcast.
I saw it.
Yeah, you watched it.
Yep.
She was super cool, and this is the kind of thing that'll happen, right? We met her at the fishing tournament,
Yep.
right? That Bill Bergen was on a prior podcast, and then we went there, and right away I hit it off with Donna, and we started to talk, and it was like, it was like pretty clear that oh yeah, this is going somewhere. And then I let her know about the podcast, and she's like, "Oh, I'd love to do that." So she came on, but she does some really cool things, and it got me really thinking about. And you and I have talked about this before about how much more enjoyable it is to watch somebody else catch a fish at this point in our lives
Yep.
than it is to catch it ourselves.
Definitely. Yeah. The times I go fishing, it's nice to catch a fish, but I feel worse when there's someone on a boat that was hoping to catch a fish and they didn't. It's I'm like, it kind of takes away the enjoyment for me. So.
Exactly. Yeah, it's almost like my success at this point is putting people on fish more than putting myself on fish.
Yeah.
Right? And I think many people kind of come to this point that have taken fishing serious for years and years and years, because we've pretty much caught all we want to catch, right? And now, granted, I like to go and catch still a bunch of fish that I can fillet and put in my freezer, but there's nothing out there, or at least that I go, oh, I'm going to go out today and target something that I've never caught before, because I've pretty much caught the majority of the fish out there, and other than big stuff out in the ocean, which I don't get out too often, but man, it is fun to watch somebody else reel it in that's never had that opportunity.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely true. And just what she's doing, it's providing that for people who never maybe had the experience, getting to learn it. The old, teach a person to fish.
Yeah, for sure.
Theology of it. It's
biblical, right?
Yeah,
Biblical. Been around a while.
Yeah, it's just good stuff. And when I was watching the podcast, it made me think of, stories. Everybody's got a fishing story. And, I got a really good one of when I was younger. I was in high school. Me and my best friend Liam and some people we were working with at the restaurant went out to the St. Augustine Pier and fished really late. And his brother Luke had this little small spinning reel. Like it's like it'd be small for like inshore.
Okay.
Like in creeks. I think it had maybe like 6 pound tests on it. And he whips that thing out there. It was probably just enough line to get it out a little bit. This is back when the St. Augustine Pier was fully in water. For those who don't know, it used to be water underneath the whole pier and break up on the rocks. And, he hooks into something and it just ran. He barely had any line left. He basically stopped it and you could see the spool. And we were thinking it was going to break. And it didn't. He finally got it up. And we looked down and we could barely see it in the moonlight. We're like, that's a big old redfish. And we don't have a drop net. So he walked it all the way down the pier. And there's no way we're going to get this, we didn't think. But someone did have a landing net in their car. So we got that out. And I don't know if they chose me or I just volunteered. I grabbed the net and went down on the rocks. And again, it's at night. Waves are breaking on the rocks. And
wow.
I'm going down there and I can see it getting closer. And I can see it getting closer. And then I had to move out of the way because this wave came and splashed. And then I saw this moment. I go down in there. And I'm trying to get the fish in there, and it's now going between two big boulder rocks. And I see a wave coming in my peripheral vision. And I'm like, I'm either going to get this fish or not. So I get down in there, I hook into the fish with the net, and then the wave crashed into us and basically pulled me off the rock. And I lifted up, and we take it up on shore, and it's like we still tell that same story to this
Yeah,
day.
that's awesome.
It was the hardest landed fish we've
That's
ever had.
so awesome.
We let it go because it was way too big, but it was a hoot. So
Yeah, and that's kind of the level of memory that happens in those circumstances, right? With fishing in general, right?
I couldn't tell you anything else in my life that happened that week,
Yeah.
or probably that whole month.
Right, right, exactly,
I
because
just
it consumed the
Yep.
memory space. So, yeah, and you know, we've all kind of look back, and maybe we don't remember the first time we went fishing or the first time we went, but there's something about that early getting introduced to fishing, right? That is has stuck in your mind, right? For
Mm-hmm.
me, it was my dad and I. We fished in this lake, Girard Lake, and Girard was attached to Liberty Lake, and they were kind of there was a dam in between, but they were both basically the same body of water divided. And in Liberty Lake, they were both pay lakes, and so we went fishing together. I was just a young boy. I have no idea how old I was, but I remember going out in this paddle boat, in this steel paddle boat, right? And I mean, I remember it like it's yesterday, right?
That's wild.
And we had a little white AM radio, and I remember us kind of getting out into the middle of the water, and we stopped, and my dad put on that AM radio, and it was Juice Newton. It was on the radio. It was Angel in the Morning. Remember that song? Just call me
Oh
Angel
yeah.
in the morning. And that was what was on the radio. And it was like this fog rising off the water.
It's like a scene of a horror movie.
Yeah, it was like the fog rising off the water, and it was like, wow. And I remember that, like it was like, and I remember that day that I hooked something big, and we chased it for a while. It pulled the boat a little bit, and we chased it for a while, and kept, and ended up snapping the line. But from that point forward, I was like, I gotta go back and catch that thing. Right?
Yeah.
And I think I was young, we're probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, but that stuck, man. That event caused me to want that passion for a long, 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 long time. And there were as a kid, we would just strap things on our bikes and ride for miles and fish all day long.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So
Pretty
many
awesome.
good memories from it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And Donna has figured out how to take that same level of passion and say there's probably a huge portion of children and adults that have never had an opportunity to have that experience. So Donna Frantz, who's done some pretty cool things. I mean, her story about cash in Egypt was like, what? It's crazy to even think about that, But she's done some super cool things, but she finds herself now being super passionate about taking other people fishing, introducing them to the sport that have never had an opportunity to do so. What a great cause. Because, man, I'm convinced that there are so many lessons that you can learn from fishing that can be applied to life, can be applied to your spiritual practices. It's really, with this, Matt, foundation, target, strategy, plan, right? What do I have to go catch the fish? What am I going after? What am I challenging to do? What's a strategy? How am I going to go do this, right? And then, what's the plan, right? From 8 to 9, I'm doing this. From 10 to this, right? This is where I'm moving if I don't get that, right? And so it's that kind of approach to life in general is beneficial. So anyhow, Donna Frantz, Fishing 101. If you've not looked her up yet, please do so. Donna's not a web savvy person. She doesn't have a website, but she has a phone number, and she shared that with everybody. I will put it up on the screen here again. But if you've got an opportunity, I thought the idea of parties was awesome.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know if she's even worked with like SAYS, like St. Austin Youth Services.
Oh,
there's lots of organizations where there's like it's a boys' home where people live, and they're always looking for adventurous things to do.
Yeah, that's
to
a great
educate
one.
people. So
yeah, we should tell her about that. Maybe she's already connected with them, maybe not. But ultimately, I think, and I kind of look back on my kids when they were young. We did a trailer with video games. The trailer pulls up for the birthday party, and they got all the video games, and the kids go into the trailer to play these video games, all competing with each other. It's kind of cool, but I think the fishing side of things and getting out in the environment is just so. I've been blessed to have been able to take my kids fishing, and as a family, we've done many family vacations that have all included fishing, right? Whether we're in Florida or whether we're in the Bahamas or whether we're in in northern Ontario, right, Michigan, wherever we are, we're gonna take a day and go fishing. Lake Mead in Vegas. We went and did a striper trip there one day while we vacationed in Vegas. But so super cool. Matt, tell me about you. Have you had an opportunity to introduce anybody to fishing lately?
No, not lately.
We should make it. We should make
Maybe
it.
I go fishing
desire
with
to
people
do it.
who've been fishing
Of course,
a lot, but I haven't taken someone in
that's never fished.
yeah, very long time.
I guess you got to be pretty assertive to try and figure out who that would be. Have you ever fished before? No. Oh, cool. You're my next victim. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. And I would even probably say that a lot of fishing guides, like in town, there's tons of great, fishing guides in town. Probably majority of them take people fishing who've already been fishing.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Um,
Yeah, right. They're gonna pay the money to do it, right? They want to just go catch
yeah,
fish.
it's kind of like we're gonna go try something I've never done before, and
Right.
there are probably some of those, but I bet it's not that many. Um, yeah, that would be fun.
That's the one that just most recently happened for me was Sierra, Chris's daughter, and I have a friend Chris say that his daughter Sierra, who's 14 maybe, she was probably 13 at the time, and she had fished before, right? But it was just like, all right, got to get Sierra on fish, right? And we had a great day, and she caught fish. Everybody was happy, and again, I'd much rather go hand the pole off, hand the pole off, fight this.
Yeah, I remember my son's first fish. He was little. It's when we were living in Arizona. When we came back here, he was fishing on his great granddaddy's dock over like San Mateo. It's a little creek off the St. Johns River, and he caught brim was about yay big on a piece of bread, I think. But I got photos of him like holding it up, and
Yeah, that's
he's
awesome.
caught many a fish
Since then. Yeah.
But
But
I
you
remember that one.
Yeah, but again, and he
Yeah.
remembers that one, right?
Yeah.
That's what started it all, right? Whether he consciously knows he remembers it or not.
You've seen the
right?
photos.
Yeah, he's seen the photos. So, yeah, that's awesome. So I'm gonna go fish with Donna, right?
That'd be
And
fun.
yeah, she's got a. I went to her. She sent me her newsletter that she does, and she had a number of dates there. I got pretty packed next 8 weeks or so, but I'm gonna try to squeeze in some time to go on one of her trips and see what she does and how she does it. And I'm 100% certain that I will learn a few things, right? I will learn a few things. I can guarantee it, right? She is absolutely focused on teaching, right? So I'm sure she's going to teach knots and I tie the fisherman's knot. That's pretty much the only knot I've ever tied, and very rarely move away from that. I know some other knots, but not. I've also oftentimes watched somebody tie a rope, and I'm like, man, I need to learn more about tying.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
there's
a lot.
tons.
Yeah.
You see him do it with like one hand or something. You're like, what's that?
How'd you do that?
What's the purpose of that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Super cool. So when do you think you'll get a chance to go fishing next?
It's a good question. Hopefully sooner or later. Maybe this weekend. It is Friday.
It is Friday. Today is Friday.
I don't know when you're watching this, but today is Friday.
It's beautiful
It's
in
our
St.
Friday.
Augustine.
It is. Highs like 78, I think.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, and then we're watching people on the boat ramp right now. This is the one on Bolano or Comanche.
Yep.
So people are going out.
They are. Actually, we just saw a friend put his boat in and texted him, and he's like, "What? How?" And we're sitting there watching it. So again, Donna Frantz Fishing 101. If you have got an opportunity to connect with Donna, you've got a party for kids, or you got an event for your church, or anything like that, reach out to her. I think it'd be an awesome time to spend with her and to learn. She's clearly passionate about it. She clearly, nurtures some relationships. She had great stories even after the podcast about people that she's invested in that have really turned into some great things in both of their lives. So all good stuff. This is what life is all about.
Good
right?
people.
Yeah, good people. Good people doing good things, and doing it in a way that again creates some level of innovation. We talked a little bit about her and her passion right now to take this completely disabled person that is can't move a limb, and she's figured out how to to create something that he can reel a fish in. How cool is that, right?
That is really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And just for her to have the desire to do that, and she talked about that over and over and over again. And so that's really cool, and that'll be a fun, exciting moment for him and her. I'm 100% certain when they get one on the line. So maybe you'll need to go down and climb the rocks and put that fish in a net.
Yeah. When I was in Ireland, there was a lady fishing off of a cliff. Not the cliffs of Moher, but these other cliffs. And legit, it was probably, not exaggerating, like 200 to 300 feet down.
Wow.
Just sheer rock face.
Wow.
Big long pole, casting out there. And I was like, what?
What do you do when you hook it?
Yeah, and that fish has got a long way up.
Yeah.
And you really can't see it because it's such a cliffy ledge. You don't really want to go to the edge because you fall, it's not going to be good. I know they catch a lot of like mackerel. I don't think they're called Spanish mackerel.
Spanish, yeah.
But
they're not called Spanish?
I don't know. They just call them mackerel. I've seen them on their menus there and in their kind of like markets. They had a whole bunch of them.
They look like a normal mackerel?
Yeah, it looks like a Spanish mackerel when I used to, but they just called it mackerel.
Oh, they just called it mackerel.
But yeah, I mean, it's just I have a video and a photo. I'll send it to you, but it's just like, wow, that's what she's doing. It's out here in the wind. I feel like there's got to be a better place to fish, but maybe she knows something.
She probably does, right? She probably does. That's and you know this when you're out in the water and you see the guide boats. Good chance, that there's probably some fish being caught over there. It might be worth, noting that spot in your brain as to what's happening. So, have you ever kept a guidebook? You ever kept a log?
Just my diving, like for scuba diving, but not like a fishing.
I did for a while. Almost a whole year I did. Then I stopped it. But you can learn a lot through that, right?
Yeah.
Learn a lot through that, especially the following season, right? What did I do last year? Did I catch him this month or not? Right? What was I doing? It teaches you one thing, that don't do that again because I didn't catch anything, or do it again because that's where they're at, right?
Yeah.
So.
All exciting stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, everybody. Again, reach out to Donna Frantz Fishing 101. Enjoyed her tremendously. We'll continue to enjoy her and get out there and do some cool things with her. Matt and I are happy that you guys continue to watch this crazy show, and we're going to continue to bring on some great guests. I was at IBEX last week and saw some really neat stuff there. Innovation Award folks and got to hang out with our buddy Brian there that we met through the podcast. So that was good catching up with him. We'll probably bring him back on the show at some point. And it was just a really good event. Also met a couple other people that are interested in coming and doing the podcast with us. So yeah, we'll get some more cool things to talk about. A gentleman right here in Nocatee that's doing some cool things. So. And that's all we got. Peace out.